In this episode, could you imagine eating a full container of Cheeseballs in New York City in front of hundreds of people? We found a man that just did that.
And on the flip side, we talk about the wild development in the world of Crazy Frog and who here uses an Apple Watch to check their calendar. Mike, hit the music. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. We are back. We are better than ever. We are both losers from the Kentucky Derby. At least I am. I hope you all enjoyed that race. Hope you're all having a great day wherever you are, however you may be listening. Thank you for being here. We're ready to rock. Mike, how are you? How are things?
We're way too hot to get this episode started. What I mean by that is that Matt is roasting in his room, and I'm sorry.
It's very hot in here. It's about almost 80 degrees in the apartment. Now, as I just said that statement, I did forget to put the air on. That's on me, hand up, but it's fine. You know, I'll just sweat and you can see me glisten the entire episode.
Oh, I like when I'm gonna make you sweat. Can't believe I said that in the recording, but whatever. I said something weirder earlier on in the show, but I'm gonna keep it at that. No, I'm vibing. Things are good. Things are great. It's time to have another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Matt, how you feeling from yesterday, my friend?
I'm exhausted. Yesterday really took it out of me. I mean, just a lot of blood, sweat, and tears go into just sitting your ass in a chair in different rooms and listening to people talk. It was, yeah. How do you feel? I mean, you looked in rough shape when you left.
It's really funny you say that, Matt, because I was sitting my ass down in a whole bunch of speaking engagements, and we had the same thing.
You know, I sat next to a guy that looked a lot like you, but his hair was way better. I forgot you were sick. Mean. That's my bad.
That's mean. That is so mean.
No, because I told you had great hair yesterday.
Yeah. Well, sorry if the listeners haven't caught up. So Matt and I ironically ended up being together for the day on Tuesday per work day. Probably the first time that I think our jobs have crossed over since 2022 of August.
That's right. That they did cross before. About that. Yeah, this also just came out of the blue. Yeah. Monday, Mike texted me as I was working at a golf tournament for work. He's like, "You go to a conference tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah." You sent this like Joey Tribbiani like head nod. I was like, "You're going like at blank place or a blank event?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What? How did we just figure this out now?"
I'll be completely honest. I think I forgot until the day before. Actually, the night of when I got the information, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to a conference tomorrow." But yeah, we were all exhausted. I had one of my coworkers walk in and being like, "Do you need anything from Dunkin'?" I'm like, "I just sat down with my cold brew." I said, "Is it that bad?" She had to get a refresher, and she goes, "I just want to go home, shower, put on pajamas, and then just sleep." I'm like, "I feel you, but I got to do a podcast." So
yeah, no, same. Also, your man card is being suspended for a week.
Why?
You didn't stay for happy hour.
You didn't either.
Sure did. Had 2 beers.
You said you weren't.
So here's what happened. So I walked out of the last session and I was with 2 guys that I know locally in like the same profession, and one new guy that we all left and we're like, "Are you guys staying for happy hour?" We're like, "No, we're not." So then we just started like chatting and actually talking about work stuff. And one guy, shout out Rob, was just like, "You guys just like, we're already talking, just want to like grab a beer." So we're like, "Yeah, sure." And at that point, so when I hugged you goodbye, I said, "Are you leaving?" You said yes. I said, "Okay." I hugged you, and then I went immediately to the bar for a Miller Lite.
Your friend card is taken away.
No, you had a work thing at night. I knew you couldn't stay anyway.
You should have said to me, Matt, you've twisted my arm in college before. You did not do this in a workplace setting. You could have said, "I'm grabbing a beer." And you know what? I would have been right with you.
But I didn't want to put you in a bad place. I didn't think you could have a drink before your work thing. And I didn't want to make you feel bad that you couldn't stay. Well, now we're just tense. Now I feel like the episode has gone downhill quick.
It's very disappointing. I so would have grabbed a beer with you before I would have left.
All right, that's on me.
Yeah, there we go. Much better. That's better. Thank you.
Okay. Well, how do we move on from here?
Well, let's talk about something uplifting and enlightening, shall we?
Okay.
Cheeseballs.
Ah, man, who doesn't love a good cheese ball?
I always love. They had these buffalo Cheetos at one point. I think they not at one point they still do. I think they have buffalo flavored cheese doodles or cheese Cheetos. Yes.
Cheetos has like a jalapeno.
Oh,
Dude, jalapeno Cheetos are fire.
that sounds lovely. What better way to bring people together than for you to watch one man in an orange ski mask eating a full container of cheese balls at Union Square Park in New York City?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything else that I'd want to go watch in the middle of New York City, to be honest.
So by the man of Cheeseball Man 427 on TikTok. This was reported by USA Today by James Powell. This man decided to advertise on TikTok that he was going to eat an entire container of cheese balls. I sent Matt a screenshot. There were flyers around the city. And Matt, take a wild guess how much, like the number of people that attended this, let's say, watch party of cheese balls.
Yeah, that's a good question. I actually don't know the number off the top of my head. I know there was a decent amount of people. I'm gonna say like 2,000.
You're high, but it's 1,100.
Okay, that's still an absurd amount of people to watch a man eat cheese balls.
I think what was also interesting too is that this man was wearing an orange ski mask as well.
Mm-hmm. It's a little concerning.
Wonder why the anonymity was kept in mind.
Yeah, I mean, it begs the question: what is he hiding?
Well, Matt, I don't know if you've kept up to date with this news story, but he's now receiving threats on social media that and I actually was watching a TikTok before we started recording of Cheeseball Man 427, and basically people are threatening money. Like, you need to give me $500 or I'll expose your information to the world.
Oh, that like for the reason why he's wearing a ski mask?
Not the reason why, just who he is, who the person is.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's crazy.
So
That's
Matt, do you know any
wild.
people? Do you know any people that said, you know what, I want to eat a whole entire container of cheese balls at Union Square Park that we can make some money from? Huh?
Not off the top of my head. It'd be very funny if this was like a low level celebrity.
I'm trying to think who this person would be. A low level celebrity. Dave Portnoy.
Well, it's definitely not Dave Portnoy.
Definitely not Dave Portnoy.
A lot of names that I can't really say on the podcast that I would love to just rip off.
Why?
Well, just because it'd be funny if it was actually them. Yeah, it's an odd move wearing the ski mask, but it's really not the weirdest thing in the whole story. I don't know if you want to.
Well, I will say this is not the first time. I don't know how weird this will translate, but maybe you found something else on the interweb. But this isn't the first time that a crowd was drawn together for an individual to eat a specific food item.
No, definitely not the first. And in fact, not even close to the best or the most entertaining. And I would even go as far as saying Cheeseball Man is a fraud.
Are you thinking of the Coney Island hot dog eating contest?
Nope, not even close what I'm thinking of. Is that what you're referencing?
No, I'm referencing a man from Philadelphia who wanted to eat an entire rotisserie chicken.
Absolutely.
I pulled up an article from foodnetwork.com, so you know this is totally official. He has shared that a Philadelphia man eats a whole rotisserie chicken every day for 40 days straight. So it's not even the public day. It is he's been eating a rotisserie chicken for 40 days straight.
Correct. Yes. The rotisserie chicken dude, man, whatever you want to call him, is an absolute legend. He just started doing it on his own and just organically just started marketing, like the other people started marketing him. And then day 40 came and it was just like the biggest thing in Philadelphia. An absolute awesome dude.
There is this poster that was also published everywhere. It says, "Come eat me, watch an entire rotisserie chicken. November 6th will be the 40th consecutive day that I've eaten an entire rotisserie chicken. 12 o'clock noon. The chicken will be consumed on that abandoned pier near Walmart. This is not a party."
How much money would someone have to pay you? Now, I know maybe it's different because we don't live in a city.
Okay.
But how much money would someone have to pay you? And let's throw two scenarios out there. Let's throw both scenarios. Pay you to go to New York City to watch a man eat cheese balls, or go under a bridge in Philadelphia and watch a man eat a whole rotisserie chicken.
How much would you pay me to attend?
Yeah, to attend both.
Well, we have seen the the dark side of a people gathering on social media. Somebody was giving away PS5s, a Twitch celebrity. I think it was Kai Cenat was giving away PS5s, and people were getting very violent. You know, I do this for free.
For free.
Yeah.
But okay, but what I'm saying is we don't live in these cities. You have to travel.
Oh, if I have to travel, I'm $20.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
not even going to pay for gas.
Half of it.
I need at least like 150. Honestly, I think I would need 200 for the cheese balls.
You know what I would I would think that as a what will fulfill the rest of that quote payment would be the strong community that gets together behind these two gentlemen.
Yeah, that does have to be awesome. Especially like Cheeseball guy. Well, I'll get into him in a second. And more of why he's a fraud. However, the rotisserie chicken dude, that had to be the best feeling in the world. Especially on like day 30. He's just like housing the chicken and people are just clapping and cheering him on. Like that's what dreams are made of.
There's a really nice picture of him screaming while holding the plate up in the air, and everybody's cheering around him and like holding hands up in the air. Like you can't replicate that anywhere else besides a sports arena.
No. And honestly, you can't make this scenarios up unless it's New York or Philadelphia. You really can't.
I feel like I would be more interested in attending that than like those interesting people who hand out their mixtape to you while you're walking through the city. Has that happened to you?
No. Has that happened to you?
So, well, actually, it didn't happen to me. This actually happened, was it 5 years ago? Yeah, I was with my parents, and it was the first time they were in the city. And apparently, I was the most experienced one to walk around New York City. And I said the two rules to them, and thank God I said this. I said, jaywalking is legal. And if someone tries to offer you something, you say no, thank you, and you keep walking. And the very last, let's just say, portion before, I think we were going to the Macy's in New York City, like the big Macy's where the parade happens.
Yep.
These people started handing my parents CDs. And like, thank God, like my parents like did not grab it, but like, they're like, no, thank you. No, thank you. And I was like, that's the first time I've ever seen like somebody hand out a CD to somebody else. And like, it's this big thing. Like if you hold on to it, then they try to harass you for money and all that. I mean, I've seen the Elmos, the Times Square Elmos and the caricatures, not caricatures, characters in Times Square. I've seen people obviously who are homeless begging for money. Street shows on top of that too. Like I've seen that, but like that was my first time seeing somebody being attempted to hand it a CD of their mixtape.
Have you ever seen Naked Cowboy, Naked Cowgirl?
I've seen photos. I've never seen them in person.
I've seen them in person.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to think the weirdest thing that's happened to me walking the streets of New York City. One time we were crossing the street and there was a guy in like a motorized like wheelchair.
Oh God.
Motorized scooter. And he was like purposely trying like bump into people and was like yelling at them that they were like getting too close to him. That was weird.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting. However, so do you know why
Sorry.
Wow. Okay.
That was very rude of me. I was trying to hold my cough button, and that's the first time I think in 100 episodes I've done that. So
that's the first time ever. Yes. What was I gonna say? Do you know why Cheeseball Man is a fraud?
Why?
Have you seen what happened during the gathering?
No, because I read the article.
Oh. He didn't eat the cheese balls.
What?
Yeah, he ate like a few, and then apparently, if I have the story correct, you can fact check me. He was like, "Oh, I'm gluten free. These aren't gluten free."
I love how
he's an absolute fraud.
I will say the crowd was chanting, "Eat those balls! Eat those balls!"
Nice.
Man, I see a video. He's eating them.
Yeah, but I don't think he ate the whole tub.
All right. Well, let me see if there's an end result here of this video while I go through it.
I'm going to Google Cheeseball Man gluten.
Oh my God, his hand. Oh, he had it. He did it. Matt, his hand was bright orange. And we all know when we have some cheese balls, we tend to get the cheesy fingers. This man's hand was orange.
No. Where did I get my information from? He did eat the whole jar of cheese balls.
Uh-huh. Funny business fact checking here.
No, hold on. Cheeseball Man, I am allergic to gluten.
Where'd you get it from? Twitter?
No, TikTok.
Oh.
Well, now TikTok's just open. All right, so next question. Let's say we do a marketing event. We do an event. We post up in the middle of a town, city, New York City, Philadelphia. I feel like this wouldn't work in Chicago. What's a third city this could work in?
San Francisco.
No, Atlanta.
Okay.
I could see Atlanta. What food are we eating? What can we eat to captivate the nation?
Oreos. Without any milk.
That'd be a good one. Man, it's got to be something unique. Like Cheeseballs is great.
Doritos.
Rotisserie chicken. Cheetos could be a good one.
Goldfish. Get that big carton.
Yeah.
Get that big carton. Like not that like paper carton, like that big like cardboard carton of it.
Ooh, we go down to Baltimore and eat Old Bay goldfish. That'd be a good one. Doritos could be good too. Yeah, man, this is genius. I mean, it's simple little stuff like this that just captivates a city, it captivates a nation, gets headlines, and it stirs some drama. And who doesn't love that? So
this is our perfect opportunity to start sponsoring people with our podcast for them to say it while they eat their food or wear a t-shirt.
Yeah, if we ever got to a point where like we did like in-person interviews with people, we should just like eat like something with them.
I think it'd be hilarious if we identified these people doing it ahead of time and being like, hey, would you wear this shirt?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine like Cheeseball dude just rocking like a funny business t-shirt? Oh my God. That'd be amazing.
Using the big old noggin up here for marketing tactics.
Also, this is off the record, so everybody listening, please don't listen to this.
Don't listen to this right now.
This is a conversation for me and Mike. Should we invite Cheeseball Man on the podcast?
I mean, if he could come on the show, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Okay, but like we can have him like wear the mask and he can like do like a voice thing, so we can't like hear his real voice.
I was gonna say we were gonna reveal his identity on the show, but
that, I mean, if he's down for that too, yeah.
If you'd like to come clean, feel free. You may take your time.
Okay, you can start listening again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Yes. So Cheeseballs. What the world? I saw this tweet. It said the U.S. can decline and even dissolve, but the American spirit will not be defeated.
That's a damn fact. Are Cheeseballs like the greatest form of like Cheetos, cheese doodles? No, not cheese. That's definitely not true. But like, I'd rather eat like Cheeseballs than like regular Cheetos.
Here we go again with another cheese conversation on the podcast 2 consecutive weeks in a row.
God.
Cheese pulls, cheese balls. I think I even said last week, I didn't understand what you were saying. I was like, cheese balls?
You did say cheese balls. That's true. Yeah.
So
that's wild.
I think I manifested this. So
yeah.
Next week we will talk about trying to manifest something.
Takis.
Nah, something not food related. I'm gonna think maybe like technology, like something new, new sex technology. I don't know.
Sex technology.
Yeah, gets the people going. Literally.
Okay, sure. Speaking of this is. No, never mind. That's too off topic. We're not getting.
I was like, speaking of sex technology, I'm like, yes, Matt, go on.
Yeah, let me tell you about last night. I'm kidding.
Oh, jeez.
Joke.
I mean, hey. That's you're free to speak whatever you'd like, Matt. Just don't get us canceled.
No, I would never get us canceled. Are you kidding me? Never.
There we are, Mr. Cheeseballs, Cheeseball Man 427 on TikTok.
We should hire this guy for marketing.
We're just a guest on this show.
I have another serious question. If we brought Cheeseball Man on the podcast and the episode releases next week, how many views do you think we get?
2.
You think?
No. Who knows?
I think we could get a lot of views.
Is this our breakthrough? We interview Cheeseball Man and then we're set for the rest of our lives?
Yeah, but actually, if we interview Cheeseball Man, we also have to wear our own ski masks.
Oh God, I don't even know if I own a ski mask. That's the thing.
I do not own a ski mask. However,
so we have to go buy those.
I would absolutely go buy one to interview him.
We'll open his merchandise store of like branded ski masks. Orange ski masks.
We just come out with funny business ski masks. I've never skied a day in my life.
I've used them for like the snow. Like when I've gone out, like as a kid, like I've put on a ski mask before and I've like gone out. Like, yeah, it looks like I'm a criminal, but
I thought you meant to use skis for the snow. I was like, oh, okay.
Very nice, Matt. You're listening to me. I appreciate it.
I do listen. Thank you. All right. We will move on, slide on in. Second half of the show. Today's segment is Down in the Dumps. I'll go first. Why not?
Oh, okay.
I have a few. So Mike mentioned we were at a conference yesterday. Mike, what's one important thing you should bring to a conference?
Business cards.
I did bring my business cards, pen and paper, right?
I thought you ran out of business cards.
I ran out as I gave my last one there. I did have some there.
Someone networked.
I did network the hell out of that event. I I did run out of business cards. Pen and paper is something you should bring. Luckily they gave us notepads because I had a pen. I was like, shoot on a paper. The issue was both of my pens died during the conference.
Oh no.
Yeah, the first one that I brought died during the first session, literally at like 9:45, and then the other one died at like 2:00. I was like, what are the odds?
I have to use my mind now.
And then I didn't want to look like weird and look like I was like texting or like sending emails during the whole thing, but I was trying to like take notes when I needed. Unfortunate.
And then here's me bringing my laptop, my notepad, and then I got handed a notepad and a pen, and I just used the notepad for that day.
Did you open your laptop at all?
No, I didn't.
Gotta stay strapped.
Strapped to kill.
Yes, kill him with notes. So a bigger down in the dumps. We have a lot of weddings coming up, and
we're getting married.
I mean, so well, we do have a wedding coming up. Yours at some point.
Not that far. No, I mean, okay, all right.
It's coming up.
It's coming.
Yes, it's
what?
It's coming before mine. However, let me rephrase that. I have a lot of weddings coming up this summer.
There you go.
A lot. So I'm gonna wear a lot of suits.
Yeah.
So I was like, I should take my suits to the dry cleaner. The issue is I tried on most of my suits and like none of my pants fit.
I'm gonna change your life. I'm gonna get you 2 suits, a black one and a navy one.
Okay.
Well, I'm not gonna get them personally for you, but I'm gonna just share my knowledge with you.
Okay.
I have a navy suit and I just bought a black suit. Both of them are machine washable.
Okay.
So instead of you going to the dry cleaner,
okay,
you can wear this as much as you'd like because you don't have to go to the dry cleaner to dry clean it.
What does that have to do with the fact that my pants don't fit and I need to buy new dress pants?
Because you could buy that and then you could have it as machine washable.
but the pants are too tight. They don't fit.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to. Look, if the pants don't fit, then your jacket's not going to match the next pair of pants that you buy there, Matthew.
That's not true because I took photos of the jackets and I'm going to go to the store and hopefully match up the exact same style of the jacket.
Yeah, good luck. Well, good luck with that.
I understand. Regardless, Fat Matt is back and I need new dress pants.
I will say that you should invest in machine washable suits.
I think they might be machine washable. That's not the issue, though.
You got to check the tag.
Yeah, thank you, Captain. I know how to check if a shirt is machine washable. I ask people to do it. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Oh man,
I checked my own.
I'm just gonna clip. I'm gonna next week. Matt's been taking over the social clips. I'm just gonna take that part there. And I'm just gonna post it on Monday and being.
That's a joke, April. You know that was a joke. One more down to the dumps. And this is an even bigger one. Not so figuratively, not literally. Like, do you know Crazy Frog?
Bing bing.
Yeah. There's an issue with Crazy Frog, and so I just had to rewatch the video right before this podcast.
Okay.
There's a picture of Crazy Frog going around that's very disturbing. Apparently his penis was just out in the open and nobody noticed. And there's a picture with Crazy Frog with a very small penis that you can see. So I went through the video, and the way they angle him during the video, you can't really see. I know, it's disgusting. But the way they angle it during the video, you can't really like see where his penis would be. And now I can't get the image of Crazy Frog with a penis out of my head.
What?
It's disturbing.
Oh, man. You know what they say? It's not the size, it's the motion of the ocean. I don't know with this Crazy Frog, man.
Yeah, listen, maybe that's good for a frog. I don't know. I'll have to ask Kermit.
There's this one in Google. Okay, now I Google searched Crazy Frog music video, so I didn't search Crazy Frog penis.
I did search Crazy Frog penis.
So it says on anything wiki fandom, and it has a picture of Crazy Frog, but it has his little dangle censored by a black box.
How are we just discovering this now? Like how did we fail as a country by not realizing Crazy Frog had a penis back then? However, we didn't have social media back then.
Nope.
Still, I can't get the picture out of my head, and I'd really like to. So that is my biggest down to the dumps.
Great. Now I have it in my head now.
You're welcome. And now you all yourselves can Google Crazy Frog penis and have it stuck in your head.
Thanks for bringing that, Matt.
You're welcome. You know, this is what we do. We have to educate each other, keep each other on our toes. What we're here for.
Like it. All right. Well, if y'all can't tell, I'm overcoming a sickness. I'm down with a sickness. It's not been fun. It's mucus, not sounding yourself, talking out of your nose the whole time. It's not fun. And taking a bunch of cough drops and the extra stuff and just feel all nasally and just a big headache. Like, it's not fun.
Yeah, I think you didn't seem too bad yesterday. You seemed like you were fighting it off well.
Mm-hmm. I think it was an opportunity just to get out and about, and maybe the amount of water I drank, because that was something I wanted when I got home, was a Diet Pepsi. Probably the amount of water I was drinking was helping too.
Yeah, you earned Warrior of the Day yesterday.
Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Even though my best friend didn't bring me over for a beer.
Well, I also sat down next to you, and then your coworker said that you were sick. So you didn't even tell me you were sick after I sat down next to you. So.
Who said that I was sick?
Well, one of them.
Oh, oops.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not mad.
It's okay. I also didn't tell you about our engagement either.
yeah, correct. Yes. How about this? Next time we see each other, I owe you one beer.
Nah, I don't want it. I don't need it.
If I offer you a beer, you're gonna say no?
Okay, so this is the point in which I said during the conference of the happy hour, if you would have said, "Hey, I'm grabbing a beer," I would have been like, "Me too. Let me get one with you."
That's what I'm saying. Next time we see each other, even if it's just church, I'll just bring you an extra one.
Let's just pop over a Miller Lite while church happens. The only other thing that's kind of been a pain in the butt, and I've troubleshooted, and Mr. Apple himself is not figuring out what's wrong. So my Apple Watch, ever since I got a new job and a new email, I've obviously added my email to my phone. And the watch complication for the calendar, it says no events. And like clearly, I had 3 events today. It said no events today. And I'm like, you're lying to me. So now I have to default over to the Outlook complication. But then there's things in like my Gmail that I like scheduling, or there's other things. So I'm having a little hard time with this transition. That's like the only thing that's been bothering me with this new job, is that my watch isn't showing me when my next event is on my calendar. But yeah, that's the thing that's keeping me down in the dumps.
I love how that's your biggest complaint in your job.
Yep.
But I have a serious question.
Okay.
You use your watch to look at your calendar?
Yeah, I have.
I can't even find my calendar on my watch.
Is it modular? Is that what it's called? I forget the name of it exactly. Yeah, it's modular. So like I have the different. It's gonna be horrible. I have the different like complications. Like I have the battery, I have the weather that's today, and then in the middle is my calendar.
That's crazy. I never would have thought to look at my calendar on my watch.
It just helps me out during the day. Like when I'm looking, I'm like, okay, what's my next thing? So I don't have to go to my calendar on my computer to do it.
See, I always have my calendar open.
Is that where you manage your tasks, or?
Honestly, no. I just have it there in case I have to like schedule something. I just have it pulled up right away.
Gotcha.
I was going to ask you another question regarding calendars, watches, and just like that, it's gone.
All right. Should have been in your calendar.
It should have been. Yes, correct.
But that's all I have for today. And that's all Matt has for today. So thank you all so much for tuning in. You can find all of our good stuff at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. There you can find our Twitch, which we've been throwing down the hoedown with the Twitch streams lately. As I say that, we did not do it last week or the week before.
We've done 2 weeks in a row.
We've done 2 weeks in a row, so we're rocking. We're rocking it out. And then you got all of our social media. So again, beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
What is your advice for the good people, the coworkers of the funny business world?
This one's fairly important, I think. Don't get yourself in credit card debt. Don't be like Peter Griffin. Make sure if you're using your credit card, you're able to pay it off right away. It'll help you build your credit score up. It'll help you come down the line when you need to, buy a car, buy a house, rent, all this fun stuff. But yes, it's easy to say, oh, I'll throw it on the card, pay it later. But if you don't have the funds to pay it later, and if you don't really have the funds to pay for it right then and there, it's probably not that important. Also, don't keep buying credit card to pay off your other credit card and transfer that credit funds to another card. That's just bad. So just make sure you're using your credit cards responsibly, and make sure you're managing your money as best as you can.
It's great advice, Matthew.
Thank you.
Nothing like throwing it on the card, but also throwing it on the card knowing you can pay it off on the card.
Also, if you have like credit cards with cash back, it's good to just like use it and then pay it off right away and get free money.
I will say, I know many people criticize this credit card, but I found somebody else that I knew that had an Apple card this week.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah. It's my pastor.
That is the last person I would have expected you to say.
That's exactly what I said in my head.
Next question: how the hell do you know your pastor has an Apple credit card?
We went to lunch.
Okay, that's reasonable.
So
I thought you were just like chatting after church and be like, "Yeah, I threw it on the card."
So we went to lunch, and I obviously I offered it because I'm that nice of a guy, and I gave it, and then he goes, "You are the only other person I know that has an Apple credit card." And I'm like, "You too?"
It's great.
And then we were saying how crappy the cashback system is, but like I guess apparently it's more secure and better in his opinion, but I don't know. I just like the ecosystem.
The Apple credit card is cool to look at, yeah, and it's cool to feel. It's heavy.
Oh, yeah, you like feeling mine?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, that concludes another episode. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.